First of all, I wanted to thank all of y'all for coming again this evening and listening to me give a persuasive speech on pet ownership. So first of all, who in here has a pet? Every single one of y'all have a pet. Oh, that's fantastic. Excellent. Do you all feel like you're reaping the benefits of having, the health benefits of having a pet?
Yes.
Yes.
Every one of you. Okay, excellent.
I don't know what they are.
You don't know what the health benefits are? Well, I'm going to cover that in this speech. So first of all, according to an article called Get Pets, Doctor's Orders by Arden and Moore, 65% of American households have pets. So those households are reaping the social, physical, and emotional benefits of having a pet. The health benefits and risks of pet ownership, which is an article in the Harvard Health Letter, wants to remind you that there are some things you should consider before you get a pet. One of them is the cost. So they figure that owning a pet costs anywhere from $500 to $1,600 a year. That's for feeding, vet bills, and grooming. So you want to consider the financial repercussions of getting a pet. Also, if you're an older person and you have a young, hyperactive dog that can knock you over, you can break a hip, break a knee, whatever. So you don't really want to have that happen. You want to get a pet that's appropriate for you. Go to the pound or whatever with a breeder or vet and help find the perfect pet for your family. So the health benefits include social, physical, and emotional improvements, which for those of us who are health conscious, we should consider that in our lifestyles. You know, if we want to be healthier, we should definitely think about getting a pet because it's going to help us be more active and all sorts of other good stuff. So I got all my information from the SCC Library Portal and the EBSCO website and a survey that I did in my class, which I just also did in this room. So the health benefits of pet ownership, first of all, so I did a survey in my class. There's only 5 people in my class. Most of them are under the age of 24. All of them have owned a pet of some kind. 3 of them said they would open a pet in the future. 1 of them said not. I'm assuming it's the older person who's already had a pet and has decided he's done with that in his life. So pets offer, they felt like pets offer stress relief, companionship, protection. They help you build up a routine by being an alarm clock because they got to pee on a regular schedule and be let out or walked or whatever. So 3 of them felt like it improved your health. 1 said, 3 of them were undecided as to whether or not it improves your health. 1 said absolutely. 2 of them owned dogs, 1 owned cats, and 1 was an other. And for the other in my survey, I listed every pet I could think of. Reptiles, fish, dogs, cats, birds. I have a bird. And other, like hamsters, gerbils, all the stuff I could think of. I even thought of tarantulas. I have a cousin who loves tarantulas, lizards, whatnot. So first of all, the social benefits of having a pet. They help open communication. So one woman in this article, Pets and the Health Benefits by Joan Arhart Tricham, noted that a young woman was able to open communication with her father by talking about the dog first. He must have been a little hard to talk to. I can relate to that. So she would talk to him about the dog and then broach the whatever subject she was trying to get to with him. It also helps open conversation with strangers. They did a study where people were walking, it's the same article, were walking in Hyde Park in England, and they would walk by themselves and not really interact with strangers. And then they would walk with their dog, and people would stop and talk to them and ask them about their dog and what kind of dog do you have, and they would pet their dog and all that kind of stuff. So it helped open up just conversations with all sorts of people. Pet ownership gives a common bond with coworkers and family and classmates and other people. We all talk about our pets. As y'all know, we just put down one of our pets a couple months ago, and we talked about how hard that was. So it's kind of nice to have that common bond with people who have pets and talk about them in the workplace or in class or whatnot. They found that especially adults without children, which several of us in this room are, the benefits were more so for those of us who have pets, you know, and don't have children. So the social skills of having a pet. They did a study with Pets and Health Benefits. This is the name of the article. They did a study with autistic children and dolphins. So this specific child was, not really a child, he was 18 years old, but he was autistic. The only 2 words he'd ever said before this study were dad and beer. However, for some reason that resonated. He became more verbal when he interacted with the dolphins. He started making clicking noises. He started grabbing people to get their attention and draw their attention to what the dolphins were doing, which for an autistic child is a huge improvement. These improvements were actually sustained. They were not short-term improvements. He actually said the word yep like 5 times in 1 week, which for him was a huge improvement. So that's the end of the social stuff. Physical benefits. 1, exercise. We all have to either do something with our pets, especially if they're younger pets and active. You don't want them to destroy the house and chew on things. So we take them for walks, we play tug of war with them, we throw the ball for them, which gets us active too, which gets us in a little bit better physical shape. So it also helps lower our blood pressure. So by petting our pets, like y'all are doing right now, it helps lower your blood pressure. It helps give off good, they did a study where the people were petting their pets or talking to the interviewer or reading a really boring text. Their blood pressure was a lot lower when they were petting the animal than when they were talking to the interviewer or when they were reading the really boring text. I don't know what it was. I wonder if it was like To Go Kill a Mockingbird or something. Another one is oxytocin. Oxytocin is a hormone that makes us feel happy. They found that oxytocin is increased in the dog and us when we interact, which is really kind of neat that the dog's like, yeah, I'm happy to see you too. And then prolactin is a hormone related to feelings of attachment, and our prolactin goes up. So we feel more attached to things. It gives us, and that's from Get a Pet Doctor's Orders from Lauren Arden. So now we have the emotional well-being of pets. So some of us are single, some of us are a little bit lonely, some of us are a little older. They give us companionship. The health benefits and risks of pet ownership from a Harvard Health letter says, we do best medically and emotionally when we feel attached to another, especially the elderly. It gives them someone to talk to. A lot of older people have outlived their family, their friends, their spouse. Their children live far away and have their own families. So it gives them someone to talk to, someone to feel attached to. It helps them interact with other people. It takes them out, when they're out walking their dog in the neighborhood, they're being physically active, they're talking to their neighbors and whatnot. So the emotional well-being is very important. So, and it gives us a sense of purpose. We feel needed. When we come home from a long, stressful day at work, that dog or cat or whatever pet you may have is excited to see you and doesn't care what kind of day you had. It's just glad you're you and you're there. So we feel needed. It helps get us on a schedule. We know that we're taking the dog out at X time to take it to go potty or whatever, or that we need to exercise it so that we can all sleep. We're working on that. Regular schedule with feeding and all the other kind of care as far as taking them to the vet, getting them bathed, doing their toenails, teeth, all that kind of stuff. So it helps us feel connected to the world around us. Now this is one that I wasn't crazy about, but I found it an interesting take on the social part of it. So in the Pet and Health Benefits by Joan Archer Treichel, it said that having a pet or dog especially was a healthy release, mostly for men and some women, to be able to touch and pet and rub and stroke. It was a nice, healthy outlet. I read it, I found it odd, but it was interesting, so what the heck, I threw it in there. Because it is kind of weird to me. I never thought of having a pet as a healthy way to get rid of that touching need. Because we all do have a need to touch and to feel connected. So there you go. So we've all learned about the social benefits within the family and with strangers of having a pet. Physical, so we decrease our stress, we lower our blood pressure, and we get more exercise by having a pet. I've seen people walk birds and lizards and all sorts of stuff on leashes and harnesses. It improves our emotional well-being, has many social and emotional benefits, and that should factor into our healthy lifestyle choices. Absolutely. All right. Thank y'all very, very much.
Woohoo!